Hello, everyone. Welcome to the fifth Sunday of Easter. And the thing that I'd like to point out in today's reading is actually the first reading, which gives us a window into a reality in the church that is very present, but sometimes I think we take it for granted. And that's the ministry of the deacon. And we're so blessed in this diocese to have so many deacons and men continually to saying yes to Jesus and to bring them up to the altar. And the question is sometimes, where did the diaconate come from? And it's really interesting because we hear about it in the Acts of the Apostles today, that the way things worked in the very beginning, like after the ascension of Jesus, is obviously the bishop would preside at the Mass, right? And everyone would receive Eucharist. Well, since our faith spread so quickly, soon there became an issue where the bishops were getting really busy. They couldn't say every Mass, they couldn't be present everywhere, and especially those who couldn't come to Mass were supposed to be able to receive the Eucharist. We have that today. It's our Eucharistic ministry team that goes out and gives communion to those who are sick and can't come to Mass. So the apostles ordain men to become deacons, and that's where we have Deacon Stephen today. And this is all part of the priesthood. So if you will, there's three levels of priesthood as we talk. There's bishop, which is the fullness of the priesthood in Jesus Christ. There's priests like myself who say and pray the Mass. And then there's deacons. And actually, when you're reading this, the deacons kind of come first in that order, even though Christ is the high priest and everything like that. The deacons are set as assistants of the bishop. Sometimes you think of them as assistants of the priest, but really technically they answer to the bishop. And where we say the priesthood is the in persona Christi, capitis, in the person of Christ the head. The deacon is in persona Christi servi, which is in the person of Jesus Christ the servant. It's their jobs to serve. It's their vocations to serve. Sorry, I don't like confusing those two things. The deacons serve at the altar. Okay, they can, as you know, they can preach. They're there holding the chalice along with the priest. And it's even their prerogative, if there's a bishop, a priest, and a deacon at the Mass, for the deacon to give the gospel reading. And so, because it's the very nature of what they are. I say this about the Holy Spirit too. The Holy Spirit's a quiet one. The Holy Spirit kind of just does everything, but doesn't like to be put in the front, right? That's him to put Jesus in the front. It's the same thing with the deacons. The deacons don't call attention to themselves, even though they do so much, and they're really a connection in the parish because a lot of them do have families. They can be married and they can be ordained, and they're really just that finger on the pulse of the community a lot of times. And I don't know where we would be without them. And so obviously I'm talking about the permanent diaconate. You can get into the transitional diaconate, but that's not for this homily. The point that we want to take away from today is that we're all called to participate in the priesthood of Jesus Christ. The priesthood I've been talking about with the bishop, the priest, and the deacon are the ministry at the altar. But we're all called to be priest, prophet, and kings. And we're all called to be in persona Christi servi, that is, in the person of Jesus Christ the servant, to put aside everything else and to serve the church, especially serve those who might be on the margins, who might be disenfranchised and that sort of thing. We're all called to that. So the way, first of all, if you see a deacon this weekend, tell them we love you and thank you for everything that you do. And second, we can ask ourselves how we can support our deacons and imitate them in serving those who are most in need, so that one day we may see him in heaven, Jesus Christ, face to face.